Meghan Markle's ex-friend Lizzie Cundy claims she named daughter after her, not Queen.
Liam Hemsworth finally returns to social media as he shares his first Instagram post in over a month.
The film legend made a surprise appearance at the eatery, where he is said to have ordered a £17.95 sea bass, along with a £11.50 bowl of mussels. Hello, and welcome to a fresh episode of Barely Contained, the podcast that does for showbiz journalism what the Crazy Frog did for popular music. I'm Chris Beckett, and I'm joined, as ever, by Matt Withers, as we deliver you some of the hottest celebrity reporting of the past few days, including Indiana Jones and his bicycle couture, Liz Cundy's royal baby bombshell, and Liam Hemsworth's incredible Instagram comeback. Let's get tucked in. Hello, Matt.
Hello, Chris Beckett.
How are you?
Yeah, I am very well, thanks, Chris. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be getting back amongst this showbiz journalism stuff.
Absolutely. Let's go. I see you've got a story about Lizzie Cundy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is all about Lizzie Cundy here. So the story is from the Express online, and it's by Daniel Bird, and the headline: Meghan Markle's ex-friend Lizzie Cundy claims she named daughter after her, not Queen.
We've only had the headline so far, Chris, but I have my doubts about the veracity of this story.
Well, you know, we'll weigh up the evidence.
Okay.
Let's not rush to judgment.
Like I was taught at GCSE history, Chris, I will check out the sources and I will see what would they have to gain from saying this.
Lizzie Cundy has thanked her former pal Meghan Markle for naming her daughter Lilibet after her. Lizzie Cundy has made no secret of the fact she was once pals with Meghan Markle, who at the time was an actress. Now the socialite believes that the Duchess of Sussex has honoured their friendship by naming her daughter after her.
So much to unpack there, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing is, you know, we've been out of the loop for a little while. Maybe we should sort of unpack Lizzie Cundy.
Yes. Well, she's described here as the socialite. I would think of a socialite as being somebody who you'd find in the pages of Tatler. Would one tend to find Lizzie Cundy in the pages of Tatler? I mean, I don't read it, but
it's hard for me to say. But I would guess not. I mean, how did she come to prominence? Would you say?
I believe that she was married to Jason Cundy, who was a bit part player in a particularly unsuccessful era of Tottenham Hotspur's history.
Right.
And then I think she kind of did some, various shows on like ITV2 and various kind of digital radio stations and things like that. I might be thinking of somebody completely different.
Hey, that's good enough for me. I think we're all caught up now.
It says she's made no secret of the fact that she was once pals with Meghan Markle. Do a little Google, Chris, and it seems that she talks a little else.
Yes, she's completely the opposite of keeping a secret. In a touching statement, the Duke and Duchess announced that they had named their offspring Lilibet Lily Diana Mountbatten Windsor, a touching tribute to Prince Harry's grandmother, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and his late mother, Diana, Princess of Wales. Sources claim that Harry had consulted the monarch over his choice of names, a claim that was disputed by a palace source. Now Harry and Meghan's lawyers have insisted that anything to suggest the dispute was defamatory.
It certainly is defamatory, Chris. I mean, we both studied media law. It would, if you were to suggest that, it would lead people to think that Harry and Meghan may have fallen out with their family at some point recently.
That would certainly lower them in the eyes of the right-thinking man on the Clapham omnibus.
The right-thinking man on the Clapham omnibus. The only man who matters.
Exactly. However, it appears that the Queen's 11th great-grandchild may have gotten her name from another Elizabeth.
Awful Americanism there, isn't it? Gotten.
forgotten.
Ugh.
Socialite Lizzie Cundy,
Still a
53,
socialite.
believes that the choice of name was, in fact, a nod to her friendship with the Duchess, which she doesn't like to talk about.
Does she believe that? in her heart of hearts?
When push comes to shove. Speaking to OK Magazine, Lizzie, whose real name is Elizabeth, said, I was called Lilbet. It's short for Elizabeth. It was my nickname at school.
I love the fact it says her real name is Elizabeth. It's like she was going undercover or something. It's like you can't use Elizabeth. You're going deep on this, and she's like, I'm going to use Lizzie.
in the footnotes of OK, Elizabeth, commonly shortened to Lizzie. She went on to add, thank you, Meghan. You ghosted me, and now you're calling your child after me.
I believe ghosting, it doesn't suggest that she's put like a white cloth over her head with two eyes cut out. I think it's what the young people use when they stop returning their WhatsApp messages.
Lizzie, who was married to former Chelsea footballer Jason Cundy, continued, I appreciate it. When I heard it on the radio, I kind of turned and said, that's my name. I haven't been called it for years. She's sort of undermining her own credibility there. Yeah. I was quite shocked by it because it's an unusual name. Maybe that's her way of reaching out.
Well, maybe. I don't know about you, Chris. If I want to get in contact with somebody that I, may have had a bit of bad blood with and haven't seen for years, I think, either Facebook or have a child and name it after them.
Yeah, and are we going Chelsea or Spurs, or was Jason Cundy? Did he play for both?
Did he cross London? Right, I'm going to do some live research here, and by research I mean looking at Jason Cundy's Wikipedia.
In the meantime, though, I think it's almost essential that we conduct a readers' poll on this. Do we think that they decided to name their daughter after the Queen or Lizzie Cundy?
It's a tough one, isn't it? How's it going to go?
I mean, I'm with Cundy on this one, to be honest. But I mean, I don't want to sway anyone.
Yeah, and we certainly don't want any legal action.
I mean, was Lizzie Cundy asked? That's the thing. Forget the Queen.
Yeah. I mean, if they're just going to take her name in vain like that without even asking for permission.
Yeah, and not even the name that she goes by now. Her sort of school day name.
Yeah.
The one that's really going to evoke some, possibly great, possibly sad memories.
Yeah, it's really going to confuse Piers Morgan, this, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to be furious.
Do you want the Jason Cundy Wikipedia?
Yeah, go on.
He came through the ranks at Chelsea, where he made 41 appearances before moving to Tottenham Hotspur, initially on loan, where he made 10 appearances. And then in the space of 4 seasons, he made 18 appearances with loan periods at Crystal Palace, Bristol City and Ipswich Town. He signed full-time for Ipswich in 1996 and spent 3 seasons at the club before a final season at Portsmouth, where he made 9 appearances before retiring.
And Cundy continued, I wish them well, and I think it's wonderful. Lizzie also took to Twitter on Sunday, hours before her talk radio programme, writing, I was called Lilibet growing up. Gorgeous, cute name. Hashtag just saying. Tune into @Talk Radio now with the amazing @Mr. Mark Dolan. Royal breaking news.
Hashtag just saying.
Hashtag
Hashtag coincidental. Hashtag she almost certainly doesn't remember you.
The brunette bombshell became friends with Meghan in 2013 after she was asked to accompany her to a charity dinner. However, she has since claimed that the former Suits actress pushed her to one side once she married into the Mountbatten-Windsor family.
Otherwise commonly known as the royal family.
Yeah, is there another way I could refer to them? Speaking of Meghan, Lizzie has previously told The Sun, we were having a girly chat, and then she said, do you know any famous guys? I'm single and I really love English men. The red carpet favourite claimed
I was just thinking, and she said Gary Mabbott.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, it could have been all so different for Meghan. The red carpet favourite claims that after it was announced that Meghan and Prince Harry had started a relationship, their friendship soon turned sour. Lizzie said, I texted saying, "Oh my God, I heard about Harry." And she was like, "Yeah, I know. We'll try and hook up." In a statement announcing the birth of their daughter, Harry and Meghan said they had been blessed. She is more than we could have ever imagined, and we remain grateful for the love and prayers we felt from across the globe, they added. Express.co.uk has approached Buckingham Palace and the Sussexes for comment.
But comment did not come.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to second guess, any particular press office, but I can't imagine.
I just love the idea of calling up the Buckingham Palace press office and saying, do you have any statement to make on the news that Lizzie Cundy is claiming that the royal baby's actually named after her? And they'll be like, what? Talk Radio's Lizzie Cundy? And they'll say, yes, from the show she does with Mark Nolan.
Oh, what a great story to bring us back.
Oh, wonderful stuff.
Now, Matt, speaking of long-awaited comebacks, I understand you've got a story about Mr. Liam Hemsworth.
Yes, this is from the Daily Mail Online. It's by Jay Peterson, who I think might also have a side hustle as a controversial Canadian academic. But this time he's not telling young men how to man up and put their women in their place. He's writing, Liam Hemsworth finally returns to social media as he shares his first Instagram post in over a month.
Over a month?
I know. Oh my God, imagine it.
It's like waiting for the Stone Roses second album.
Liam Hemsworth isn't particularly active on social media. But on Thursday, he decided to share a short post to Instagram after taking more than a month off the platform.
What's he been doing?
Well, you may well ask. If he's not on Instagram and he falls in a forest, did he ever exist?
I'd say not.
In a clip posted to his Instagram stories, the 31-year-old filmed his dog gazing at a duck outdoors.
So I mean, he's waited. He's probably thought, I don't want to come back with any old nonsense. Yeah. I'm going to wait for some evergreen content.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. I've kept him salivating so long, but then he saw his dog looking at a duck, and he thought, I'm ready to get back in the game now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready.
The last post Liam shared was on May the 3rd. It was a photo of him posing with brother Chris and singer-songwriter Joss Teskey. Liam's girlfriend Gabriella Brooks celebrated her 25th birthday last month with a trip to the Kimberley.
The Kimberley? I mean, I'm assuming that's well known to readers of the Daily Mail Australia. I mean, it sounds like a pub.
Yeah, it does sound like a pub. I mean, I've got to say, we're not far into this story, and I'm lost already. I've no idea who Joss Teskey is. I don't know who Gabriella Brooks is. I know it's Liam's girlfriend. The Kimberley. No idea. The Australian model was joined by Liam and a group of their friends on the Outback holiday. In a series of photos shared to her Instagram stories, a bikini-clad Gabriella sat at the front of a boat as it travelled through the gorges.
It's a bit like that. You know, when you get pictured on, like, I remember, like, the Grand Canyon Rapids at Alton Towers.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably a bit like that.
Yeah, I imagine that to get this picture, she had to go to a little stand at the end and pay like £11 for it.
Yeah, and then possibly pose with Henry Hound.
Looking back over her shoulder, Gabriella laughed happily as the boat travelled through a waterfall. Another photo taken from behind showed her gazing up at the stunning natural scenery as they toured the area. Gabriella's friend, April Monroe, also shared a series of photos and videos from the trip on her Instagram page on Tuesday.
There is a lot of Instagramming going on in this story.
This is getting awfully confusing now. So Gabriella is Liam's girlfriend, but her friend is April, and she shared the picture on Tuesday, 2 days ahead of the previous pictures, but on a separate Instagram stories account.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, no wonder they had to put the best person on this. Last week, we finally went back to the Kimberley. It's taken days to process everything we did and the things we felt and saw. The wife of pro surfer Luke Monroe captioned the post.
Ah, that's who she is.
Yeah, no, it's Luke Monroe's wife. Also, I love the idea that he said with this picture, it's taken days to process. So she's taken them to Boots.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they can turn it around far quicker.
Yeah. It's a spiritual place for us, and aside from home, the place we want to be the most. I like waterfalls a lot. So here we are with lots of waterfalls.
I mean, very sort of almost like a Ron Seal approach to holidays.
The group was believed to have visited the famed horizontal falls in Western Australia. They were also joined by former model Michelle Merkin, with the 45-year-old sharing a photo on Instagram from their recent holiday.
Of course she did.
In the photo, uploaded for Gabriella's birthday, Liam, 31, can be seen peering out from behind his girlfriend's head. The Hunger Games star has been dating Gabriella since December 2019, keep up at the back, following his highly publicised split from ex-wife Miley Cyrus in August that same year. And that's it.
Wow. I mean, that crept up on me, the ending.
Yeah, that was highly
There's some good
abrupt.
comments with this.
Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, we've got 4 comments here. Kumai says, it's very clear Miley was pulling favours for him to get work. He doesn't work unless he's with her. That's very much the view of Kumai, not endorsed by Barely Contained, who's very vaguely aware of who these people are. Amy in Birmingham said he had to return to socials to help promote his wannabe model GF, who posted a couple of pictures herself, but she looks like I'm not saying that because that's highly defamatory.
Legal warning.
Megan, call your dad in Florida.
Oh, that's Lizzie Cundy's account.
Yeah. No, that was Megan, call me. Megan, call
Return
your
my
dad.
calls.
Wow, eat your heart out, Miley. What a wonderful and healthy and happy life he is leading now. Good for him. And HF2 in Nottingham says, a month? Thought he'd been out for at least a year for it to be classed as headline news.
Very naive view there, HF2.
That is someone who doesn't spend as much time as we do looking at celebrity news online.
Yeah, rookie.
And Chris, I believe you're going to round off this episode with a story about Harrison Ford. Oh, to use the headlines pun, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it's a great tale. And it written by Olivia Wheeler and Andrew Bullock for the Mail Online. Harrison Ford. Just to interject here, like, is Ford still, like a contemporary
Ford
reference here?
No, Ford's been cancelled.
I mean, is it like, when we were growing up and there were, people saying, sort of ding dong?
Well, what, did you grow up in like the 1940s? Watching Terry Thomas movies?
Indiana Jones icon 78 gets back on his bike as he filming the 5th installment in Northumberland. He is currently staying in the north of England while he films Indiana Jones 5 at the supposedly haunted Bamburgh Castle and the sleepy village of Grossmont in Yorkshire. And Harrison Ford got back on his bike in Cresswell, Northumberland on Thursday as he enjoyed a break from shooting the 5th installment of the franchise. The iconic actor, 78, displayed his toned physique in cycling gear, which included a black waterproof Gore-Tex jacket and shorts. Harrison, who is known for his age-defying fitness, paired his outfit with a protective helmet as he got out of a grey Volkswagen Touran vehicle with what appeared to be members of his security team.
This is a highly detailed article, and I think we should give people a heads up. A really, really long article, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll continue a bit. You'll get even more.
Why don't you continue until I get bored? At which point I'll clap.
Okay. Okay. Maybe you could do like a whip crack sound.
Ooh, yeah.
The Indiana Jones icon was seen fixing his red Colnago bike frame, with prices for the bikes going up to at least £12,000, with Continental Grand Prix for season tyres before his ride.
Wow. I mean, we're getting really granular now when we're going into the actual make and model of the tyres.
I'm saying one of Olivia Wheeler or Andrew Bullock, maybe Olivia with her surname, is very into bikes.
Yes, I would suggest so. It's like, Harrison Ford, he's in the UK, he's flexing his muscles, and she's like, no, it's all about the bike.
Yeah, and he's known, Matt, for his age-defying fitness.
It's age-defying. He sees science, and he's just like, no, I'm not having it.
It comes after Harrison looked on fine form as he soaked up the sun while taking in the sights of Newcastle Quayside during a break from filming on Wednesday. The Hollywood actor showed off his muscular frame in a tight grey t-shirt as he strolled around with his bodyguard, with the two grabbing a cup of coffee before searching for somewhere to eat. It's very mundane, isn't it? I mean, it started off, sort of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the local Halfords, and now it's kind of going into what he gets up to with his bodyguard.
It's now old man goes for coffee.
Harrison has been making the most of his coastal surroundings, and on Tuesday he enjoyed a bike ride from Newcastle to the Ship's Cat restaurant in North Shields. The film legend made a surprise appearance at the eatery, where he is said to have ordered the £17.95 sea bass, along with £11.50 bowl of mussels.
This is very, very specific.
He is said to have.
Yeah.
Have they got receipts?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
I tell you what, if this ends up in court.
Diners were pleasantly surprised to see the 4-time Golden Globe nominee at the restaurant, with the Ship's Cat own Facebook page penning, "Imagine sitting here enjoying your coffee and you look over and it's Indiana Jones." Of calling for the whip crack, to be honest.
Okay. Does that work?
Nice.
Okay, well,
yeah, I mean, I'm happy.
There is one little bit I'd just like to you to mention, Chris, because you've talked about what he said to have enjoyed at the restaurant, at the Ship's Cat. I'm interested in the, what he could have tucked into. Have you seen this at the bottom? We've got a little breakout box here. Raiders of the Lost Appetite. Which doesn't work on any level, what Harrison could have tucked into. While Harrison is said to have enjoyed the £17.95 sea bass and £11.50 bowl of mussels, the legalities, there was plenty more on offer at the Ship's Cat Bar and Eatery. Other highlights on the menu include steak and chips for £18.95, jungle fish curry for £15.95.
Right.
Sunny goat's cheese salad, £8.95. Fish finger butty for £8.25. Vegan pizza for £8.95. And meat platter for £26.95.
I mean, maybe I'm doing the two writers a disservice, but I'm sure when they suggested or were asked to do a panel by their editor, I can't believe that's what they had in mind.
It's like, no, it's good. It's good that you've put what he is said to have had, but I really think people need to know what he could have had if he hadn't had what he did have. I think, can you just go back and put that in?
Maybe some sort of, Harrison Ford fact box, or, all the great films he's been in. No, let's just give the menu. Well, anyway, I think that's probably enough, isn't it?
I think that is literally more than enough.
before we go, it's probably important, I think, Matt, to let our listeners know where they can, interact with us, or maybe get bonus content.
Yes, they can find us on Twitter. What's the handle, Chris?
That is at barely_pod.
They can find us on Facebook at.
It's just barely. If you look for Barely Contain the Podcast, you'll find us.
And that is pretty much it at the moment.
Yeah, it is. But I think it's a good base for us to build from.
Yes, I think so. We've only been doing it for 4 years.
Right. Well, Matt, I look forward to doing this again with you very, very soon. And until next time, to all the listeners out there, goodbye.
Goodbye.